and nothing else should move. Balance, balance. So why doesn't that apply in defense? If Greg's going to go, move your hips like you're running, he's going to shoot left-handed against that wall. So conceptually, when you're driving. And so now give him a little bit of a chunk, and in that action, yeah, he's going to support his balance that he doesn't get leaning forward. See that right there, thanks. So that's so much of what's wrong in this clip is our defender in the drive got way out of balance. All right, I only have a couple more. I think I'm already over time. I can't remember how long I'm supposed to go. But we'll go through all these. So he's out of balance. They're going to score. We also have a freebie here, but I told him no help. So everything's pretty good. I don't like the way he's standing. He could be a little lower. He's backwards. Everything about this is a pretty good clip, huh, Greg?
Yeah.
Except he's out of balance. And then this guy just gets where he wants. He's that lefty. He got one. But let's go back and watch just where that kind of got out of whack. He's coming from here. He's not really even a lefty too. He wasn't on our list for lefty. But anyway, you know, he drove up the left side. No balance. None of this stuff. Feet, hips. And that third term has to deal with, I guess I call it balance. Okay? So, you got out of balance, meaning hit shoulders over hips. Out of balance, you have no power. So if you teach guys how to drive, right, and we gave one up. And that was their second goal. That was the only 2 goals he scored in that quarter. We screwed up. Freshman Omidi, who we love, played attack in high school, from Oregon, great kid, brand new to playing midfield, and he was supposed to bump over. He's right here now. He's here now. He's supposed to bump over and pick up the guy coming out of the box. Watch what he does. I'm a freshman. So I'll let the clip play through, but I want you to see some great stuff though. We had to bail ourselves out. Sorry, I went back too far. 44, ironically, he's in that clip. Watch what this guy does. Pretty good. Pretty good thing that he does here. He sees this problem and watch what he does. Uh-oh. Now this is what's cool, because this puts it all together. This stuff up here, this cover concept. Watch what he does. They have an advantage, yes, no? Yeah. And in most situations like this, what are the defenses going to teach? Get in the hole, get ready to play 4-on-3. But we're like, you know what? Let's not panic. Watch what he does here. And watch at the end. This is the clip I thought we had before, but it's this one here. Watch what he does at the end of the shot. You see what he did there? He fought to get back to within a space that he had no business being at. He fought inside to get inside the box. He gives that little whack, and it's just enough of a whack at the right time, stuff we worked on in practice, to where this shot should have been a goal if you're a D1 freaking player. This should be a goal. And instead, he's timing up that check to the right time, whether it's too far away for the trail check, so he goes for the front whack lift, whatever it is, and it really just throws off that shot just a little bit, and that's all we needed. They had an advantage. They should have scored. We didn't panic. I like this defense. That's still him right there. That's 44 again. This kid played lacrosse in West Virginia, and they don't have lacrosse in West Virginia. So he came to us as a soccer player. Yeah, they have a team, I'm joking, but they are so bad. And he's just athletic, and he's buying into this principle. Now, he gets a little run by here, unfortunately, and this guy does get off a pretty good shot, but we didn't panic slide. He's learning how to play better defense. He's trying to have that confidence. He didn't get up and run like he should have. This is the wide receiver cornerback relationship that could be a little better, and it's not. And yes, in the spring we'll have some help packages there, but guess what? That guy's not really good at that shot, even though he is a D1 guy. Right? He's coming up on GLE, turns the corner, he pulls his hands forward. That's the way I teach how to shoot. But he shoots too soon. He should be taking 2 more steps. But he doesn't. So he shoots, misses the goal, goalie's in the right place. That's the shot. They only got 11 shots. That's one of them. In our game, we have a shot clock too, guys, so you don't, right? That's a huge advantage to us. Same kid again, 44. Now he's going to get in trouble on this dodge because he gets a little athletic, okey-doked. Not too bad. That's not what I was thinking of. But let's go back to the same clip. Right? We're not really helping. Trey's doing a good job. He's not going. Jacob's out of position once again. He needs to be on this side. Trey's in a good spot. Not really trying to deny right or left, just trying to play him square. Be the athlete, be the ice hockey player, be the soccer player that should have picked the guy up in the box and just become a little bit of ball pressure. He's not quite good at it yet, but he's learning. We've only had 14 practices in a three and a half week window. Okay, so he's going to take that shot. No slide. Jake's in the wrong place, as I already said. But look at the shot he takes. Boing, goalie's got it. It's just too easy. All right, that honestly is all of my shot clips. Maybe I'll just show you one thing quick from practice. So our practices are really scripted out. This was our last practice. We played VMI, and then we had one more practice left. So we play pretty good, and we come together and have a practice. And I get this segment here in my practice where I get to work with the defense by myself, the offense get to work by themselves. Hey, one of the cool things we do, it's not in my presentation, we shot every day as defensemen. This is the offensive coach in me. So if the offense was doing a shooting drill, we were doing a shooting drill. And really well as it was clearing drills with a shot at the end of it. So we started clearing from the midline with the goalies. But the defenders loved you. They loved it, yes. And it was the dessert, because then they were running all the clearing drills with more passion. Any clearing drill you run, just run it from the midline towards the goal. And at the end of it, just let them shoot. And so it was a lot of fun. But I just want to show you this one drill, because it was the last drill we did after all this work. And it's just, I think like it's something that may help you, because anybody can do the drill we're doing here. Now mind you, I showed you this drill was, let's see, from this practice here. I don't remember this. What the heck is. Oh yeah, this is it right here. So this is all the defensive guys. This side are all the offensive middies in attack. So this is defensemen, D-middies, and LSMs, and goalies. We did this every day. I drill like this every day. But I wanted to finish the last practice with some one-on-ones. And so I'll back this up a little bit. And this is how we kind of put it all together, the cover concept. This is not a day we're working on drive, but we're working on cover. Now what's interesting, some of these guys look okay offensively, but you got to remember, these are defensive people. You know, sometimes in practice where, you know, offense goes over there, the defense goes over here, and you know, so these are great drills. I, of course, learned this stuff at Notre Dame a little bit, but I taught us how to dodge. I'm like, you're going to have to dodge so we can get better at defending. This case here, which hand is he trying to play him? Making him go to his left. This is clearly a righty, so he's playing him in the right way. He's just running with him, cover. The guy with the ball is not a good offensive player, but at least he got the beginning of that dodge correct, right? Monkeys in a barrel fall down. Number 4 you should recognize, he's the defender that I said was in those situations playing pretty good at the top of the box. He's got the ball. And that's the freshman from Florida. That really just got in a little bit of trouble most of the year. Where's my rewind button? I know what I gotta do. Hold on. I just want to show you this is us. I'm not going to try to teach you anything that isn't real to who we are. I don't know why the rewind button's not working, but anyway, this is a really good defenseman we didn't have all fall. He just is coming back off of ankle surgery in the summer that he jumped in our last practice. This is a defenseman doing what? Working on some iso dodges, right? And we're working on that, the cover. This is my son Sean, the attackman converted. This is a okay athlete, but he's probably gonna have a hard time because Sean's just much better athletically, but he's working on those same principles. This one he's not trying to take away a hand, he's just trying to cover. And just stay there and lift and just make his life miserable, and it was in that sequence. All right, here's my son Jacob, the one that struggled a little bit, and you can see again, he gets a little bit beat down the side. But he's working on staying in the dodge, staying on the dodge with the stick, maybe not give up a great shot. Lazy at the end, kind of true to form. This is a great defenseman from Lone Peak who is a sophomore, redshirt freshman actually, you know, dodging with, in this sequence, let's see, I don't know why my rewind isn't working. Oh, there we go. Dodging against, this is a kid from East High, Abram Wilcox, right? Starting defenseman for the last 3 years in Salt Lake City. He's not a good defenseman for us, right? So he's going to have to learn how to be more athletic. Blake runs by him, and Abram's learning how to cover better, and he got skinnied up underneath and gave up an easy shot. But this is how we worked on it. And this is what we chose to do as our single one only drill. Trent Fun, a great kid from Virginia, transferred to Weber State, was there for just a little bit, didn't like it, and transferred back. And he's figuring it out. He was hurt with his shoulders, so he didn't get to play the BMI game, but gets the concept of how to cover. And this is 44. That's the D-Midi that I said I liked a lot and did some really good things. Right? Going up against a kid from Colorado who, anyway, yeah, not good. But anyway, so, anyway, I just wanted you to see this is who we are. This is what I did. This is what I've come up with. I believe it's really good stuff. It hasn't been proven yet, and so, but I felt like if I'm going to come out here, I'm not going to tell you stuff that I'm not doing. This is what I'm doing. And I believe from the little guys up, you can do this. Get them, so a couple drills, you know, you just whatever one-on-one you do, just do it further out. And teach these principles about how to play defenses. Cover is different, stand up, don't get square, get to the side, run with them, just let it be a running race. Don't play with your stick. If you don't use your stick, you'll figure out how to run better. You do too much with your stick, you lose a step. You know, and then this drive concept I showed a minute ago. So I think I covered it all. I hope that that's been helpful. Any questions? Is there anything I didn't cover? Anything? We can go off topic if you have more time. I think I'm supposed to be here till 8:30. But if you have any questions about recruiting, D1, pros, I'll talk about anything. I just wanted to give you my
So your Jason slides, how are we going to teach that? I was just curious.
We're going to hedge it. We're going to go back. We came up with a concept. I think Greg was sitting behind me on a bus. We call it Snoopy. So we're going to Snoopy from that adjacent. This is coaches, right? You just come up with stuff out of your ear. But we were sitting on a bus and I was talking about the idea that I hated in fast breaks. I learned this from the Princeton coach at the time was Bill Tierney, who's down at Denver, right? So if you have a normal attack fast break, right? And here comes the face-off midi, right? He's got the ball and he's coming down, wherever, right? Fast break, yeah. So what do most teams do? What do you all teach? What do we all teach? What did I teach? Right? Rotate, 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 yeah? Makes sense, hopefully, for most of you. What we started to introduce on the bus ride that day was the idea of a Snoopy, where you go this way, but you're going to go back on the pass. And then you rotate. If he throws back, then you rotate. It's amazing what that first kind of hedge. So another way to look at it, Doff, is like, let's say this is the guy driving down the alley with the ball. And I was saying I don't want to come from here. Well, there's always an attack from back here, yeah? So then what you do is you just drop, you just leave this defenseman right here. Oh, geez. Right? And then you've got this guy here on the ball. So if he needs the help, you hedge out, off, throw it back, go back. I'm finding that's really a key. We did that. That's one of the things we did at the PLL. We started doing that this summer. And it made a big difference because you don't have to rotate everybody. Now, if this guy gets beat and he pushes on the weak side, you'll rotate and survive it. But it's interesting how often this guy's so deep that even if you start to hedge up and he throws it back, remember, everybody right now believes in the dodge, draw, dump. The 3 Ds, dodge, draw, dump. So we knew that's what was going on in the PLL, and I just said, well, stop rotating, just hedge. I didn't dare tell the PLL guys to Snoopy, but so hedge and go back. Snoopy came from I said we just need to be sneaky, snoop around and be Snoopy. Oh yeah, we'll call it Snoopy. But anyway, so this guy will hedge up, off, and then head back. And I think you can buy the time. That's all you need is time, because this guy's got to be really good to make you pay. And you're done. Think about how many rotations you didn't have to have at that point. Same thing on the alley dodge, right? If you got an alley dodge here, and he starts to go and you get him underneath, same thing. You got the attacking back here. You just have this guy show a little. He throws it, and then it's just a race to see if it can play that one-on-one with a little bit of drive by the time he gets the GLE. Makes sense. That's what we're going to do. So, cool. Other hands?
Yeah. How do you help these kids?
By the way, that's Dan.
What?
How's your brother?
He's good. So
his brother was one of the best. That's funny. Doffmeyer and your brother are the most athletic middies I ever coached in my lifetime, including now. Sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. How do you help the kids or even the pros unlearn all the stuff that they've been?
Well, I didn't do any of this. The pros were already doing this. That's
okay.
what was really cool. That's where I got this. I'm not. I mean, if this works,
Because like I know Rabel does a video where he says square up
Yeah,
on defense and everything, so,
because he don't play defense.
Yeah.
He gave up a lot of goals when he got stuck on defense.
okay,
Yeah, but that's the world we get caught in.
yeah,
I can say, you could give me any subject about lacrosse and I could talk about it for an hour. Probably have no idea what I'm talking about if it really works, but I know I've heard so much that I just regurgitate it. I'm telling you what I worked on, and I think you can see it. I worked on this.
Yeah.
I worked on this. I want to be a good defensive coach, and I want us to play good defense. Greg deserved that. He didn't get it. I want us to be good, and I wanted to teach it from its base raw. So, PLL to your question, we worked on, PLL stuff was, what I worked on with the PLL was picking. We were horrible in picks. Particularly, remember when I showed you the one where my Omidi got stuck, and he switched, and then he, I don't know, went to sleep? That's like literally what the PLL guys would do. That's what Rabel would do. So we had to, the thing I fixed was how to play picks when you had O-mids and D-mids, or the personnel was O and D. If we had our 6-on-6 defense out there, Alice, we switched, we were fine, we never got in trouble with picks. It was always those sub-scenarios, and that's what we had to work on. The second thing we fixed is we had to have game plans by player. Now, that's something I didn't put in here that is going to be a part of us this spring. We're going to shut guys off. Think about when you don't have to worry about helping. Let's say there's one guy on that team who's killing you. Don't let him get the ball. Or slide to him early in that one special situation. We're going to start throwing some stuff in the scouting report. We're going to know there's two guys we've got to do something with. This guy and that guy. He's the left, he's the right. He's the crease, he's the outside shooter. He's the bomber. So we're going to have a little specialization in there. But the PLL, it was more about pick play. It was more about putting in some specifics. Like the Utah assistant coaches killed us in the last game. If you watched what happened to us in Philly, Manny and Holman both rifled in a ton of goals. But both those defensemen didn't listen to me. I said, don't ever leave Manny and Holman for any reason. Don't ever leave Manny and Holman for any reason. I don't care if their faceoff guy comes right down the middle of our defense. I don't care if their pole has the ball and he's going to shoot a two-pointer. Don't leave or leave. Because what Manny and Holman do is they're so wide, you can't help even if you do leave those guys. You take a step away from them and you think you're going to be part of the help, they just catch the ball and shoot from there. So why even bother? Just stay there. You're not going to do any good over here, you might as well stay here. So it was stuff like that that I did with the pros, but I learned a lot about cover from the pros to teach my guys. If that makes sense.
So with the middle school guys, junior high, that age, there's a big difference in the level of athleticism and speed.
Yeah. Matchups will
One part or
matter.
the other. So
Matchups will matter. Matchups will matter, but the mistake I think probably, so I would definitely two-way mid-days. I would never do an O-mid-D-mid thing. I think that's a huge mistake at that age. The second thing I would do there is I would hide my liabilities. My first few years coaching, I literally took the worst players on my team and made them all attackmen. Bad attackmen can't hurt you. Think about that, write that one down. Bad attackmen can't hurt you. Bad middies, you'll never win. Bad defenseman, you'll never win. Bad goalie, you'll never win. No face-off guy, you'll never win. You can have three guys in attack that can't even catch the ball, and you can win the game. I did it for years. I literally, there was one game I made all three of the attack.
You're lucky.
just one.
I made all three of them to the crease. I had three crease attackmen in one game because we were injured and down to, it was my first year, second year, I can't remember, and we were so bad. And I just said, all three of you go to the crease and just set picks for each other. And that was really code for we're never going to throw you the ball. but when you're in middle school, yeah, and you're saying we got some of these scenarios, all right, you know, make them a couple, the slowest guys, have them go play attack. You're going to think it's an advancement. You just promoted them. Take your athletes and teach them defense. Take your athletes and have them play midfield. And watch the difference it has in games. My son Sean, I already told you, his senior year, he'd been an attackman his whole career. His senior year, I made him play midfield. Well, not made him, but I told him if you want your team to have any good, he never came off the field. The best athlete never came off the field. When he was tired, he went to attack for one little shift and then went back. Midi, took all the faces, man down, man up, played defense, played offense. You have to think about those things when you have some athlete problems, but no doubt, you're going to have kids that can't do this. I get that. And so you would then say, I have a couple guys that can't do this. So then I say, you don't cover out here. You just kind of hang back, like Greg was saying, like we used to teach it, hang back, and they'll eventually come to you and we'll work on drive. You just won't get to work on cover, so. Cool, any other questions about anything that I can help with recruiting?